Hi, how to get rid of cockroaches in 2 easy steps. We want to avoid expensive fumigation and effectively and cheaply get rid of cockroaches forever. In this quick instructional video, I want to show you how to turn these into these. I'm Neil Foster, author of the book Property Investment 101. You can grab a copy downstairs, I'll leave a link for you. I personally own a number of apartments and I run a property management company in Johannesburg, South Africa, which is hot. And we have a lot of experience with cockroaches in the apartments that we manage. A while ago I shot a quick instructional video for my staff and they passed it around a bit, and before I knew it I had some requests for this video. So here I am doing a formal video to show you this easy 2-step method. So whether you're a tenant or a landlord, sooner or later you're going to be faced with a cockroach infestation to a lesser or greater degree. And the question that's going to arise at the time is, whose responsibility is it? Is it up to the tenant to fumigate, or is it up to the landlord to fumigate? And I'd love to hear your comments. Please comment below if you think it's up to the tenant to fumigate or whether it's the landlord's responsibility. Let's see what the majority have to say. Years ago, a friend of mine who ran a professional fumigation company taught me this 2-step method, and it's been working for me ever since. When I was a young man, I went to the military for 2 years, and one thing they taught you is before you go to war, you have to know your enemy. And trust me, when it comes to cockroaches, it's war. If you live in an apartment, you can so easily be infected by the poor hygiene of your neighbors. They crawl, they fly in, they're coming through all the nooks and crannies, they don't need much food to live on, and they are very hard to kill if you don't know how. And of course they breed like cockroaches. So what do we know about our enemy? They love dark, moist places. Places like under the sink, under the kitchen sink, in the cracks between your cupboards, under floorboards, behind the cupboards, behind your kitchen utensils. If you see a cockroach running through your kitchen during the daytime, you need to act very quickly, because that means you have an infestation. They are night creatures, they love the dark, and if you see them in the light, you know you've got a problem and you need to act very quickly. Cockroaches breed very quickly. One single German cockroach, that's the little common brown cockroach, can produce 300,000, yes, 300,000 cockroaches in a single year if left unchecked. They are resilient and tough, and not every poison kills them. And they use reproductive countermeasures. When you spray them, and as soon as this poison comes into contact with that female, she sheds a whole pod full of eggs. So she dies, and a week to 6 weeks later, depending on the exact species of cockroach you're dealing with, that pod hatches and you have 30 to 40 baby cockroaches from every pod. And you'll think, hey, my fumigation failed. And it actually did. Hence you need the 2-step method. Recently I had a major problem in one of the apartments I personally own. I had a tenant from hell. And if you want to hear that story and how I got rid of that tenant from hell, please ask me in the comments below and I'll gladly tell that story. But it's a story for another day. But needless to say, when they left, I had the worst cockroach infestation I've ever seen. And trust me, I've seen many. I applied this 2-step method and it worked perfectly first time. So how do we go about attacking this formidable enemy? You'll need cockroach bait and cockroach surface spray. Cockroach bait is basically boric acid, and it comes in the form of a powder or a gel or a paste. I like the gel or the paste, the powder's a bit messy. And the surface spray, what you need to be aware of is when you buy the surface spray, make sure it says kills cockroaches. A general spray will generally not kill cockroaches. So let me show you how to apply this 2-step process. Okay, we're looking at the options available to us is using these cockroach type traps or paste. This is boric acid paste. Now boric acid comes either as a paste like this, you can see it there, or it comes as a gel or as a powder. I prefer the paste, it's more easy to apply. The trouble with paste is that the trouble with powder is it gets blown away and so forth. And what I like the most is the gels, these gels. It's just a small application like this and it operates like a syringe. You don't need much at all. And then you got spray. Now this is spray for, I've taken the branding off, I don't want to advertise any particular brand because there are a whole lot of them that are pretty good. But what they must say is they are for crawling insects, specifically cockroaches. If you can get one that's specific for cockroaches, that's the one to go for. And this is what I have here. So let me show you, let me run through the options. Firstly, the traps. You know, I've tried these and all of them are pretty useless, so you're not going to use that one. The paste, like this is cheap and very effective. If you come in a bit closer, I want to show you, let me show you how we apply this. I'm going to try and get you right in here close. And there's the paste. And what you do is you find the cracks under there, because the cockroaches love the dark cracks, especially near a water source sink, near a appliance, like this is a dishwasher. So underneath dishwashers, microwaves, sinks, lots of food here for cockroaches. So that's where you've got to target them. You've got to target where they are. And I like the paste a lot. This is a gel, a cockroach bait gel, and this is even easier to apply because it's got this little nozzle and you can go right in there in the cracks and you just put so much. So if you come up close, you see you don't have to put much in at all, just a little bit, get it into the crack. And the idea of putting it into the crack is that's where the cockroach lives, and secondly you're unlikely to wipe it off. You clean it off. So all you do is you put the gel down in around the appliances, in the dark cracks, in the floorboards or over here, around the sink, all those kind of areas under microwaves, anywhere where the cockroaches are likely to be, but you're not likely to wipe it off. And then lastly, now that's going to kill the cockroaches as they are feeding in their normal cycle. But now during the day you're unlikely to see cockroaches. If you're seeing the cockroaches during the day, you know you've got an infestation, but you know where they live. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the spray for crawling insects, and before I do this, please make sure there are no pets around and that they're excluded from this area. And if you happen to have a fish tank in the area, switch off your air pump, cover it. You don't want to kill your fish. This is quite toxic stuff. And what you do with the aerosol spray is you spray it in the cracks and along the bottom of the skirting and so on. Just a quick spray in there, spray down there. And what this does is it kills all the insects that are alive at the moment, all the parent insects. But now cockroaches, they are crazy things. They're actually quite amazing. As an enemy, they're a foe to be reckoned with. What they do is when an adult female cockroach, she carries her eggs in a pod. If she experiences poison, she actually sheds the pod. So she dies, but the pods, well, about 2 to 4 weeks later, those pods, depending on the type of cockroach, those pods will hatch, all the babies will come out, and then what we do is that's what we need step one for. Step one is the bait. Now, those babies are going to come out, they're going to hatch, they're going to look for food, and they're going to come along through these areas here where we just put all the bait, and the bait is going to kill them. So the bait's going to kill the babies, and the ones that missed the aerosol tonight, and the aerosol is going to hopefully kill all the adults that are around at the moment. So that's a basic two-step process, and in this process, what you have to remember is that you're going to tomorrow you'll see carcasses around. If there were cockroaches here, you'll see carcasses lying around, dead cockroaches lying on their back, and then in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks time, the babies are going to hatch, and then they will in turn eat the bait, and that'll cure all your cockroach problems. And what you can do is in 2 weeks time, you can put a bit more bait down. That'll really sort this out. If you liked this video and found it informative, then I'm sure you'll like this one and this one. And ask me questions. I'll endeavor to answer every single question, either in writing below or in another instructional video like this one. And I'll see you in the next video.